Okay guys, we had a few clutches yesterday from a few different species, ball pythons, blood pythons, some monitor lizards, and from some of the species, from the water monitors and from the blood pythons, we had some clutches with slugs. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to see the difference between some slugs, some infertile eggs, and some fertile eggs. A lot of people know the difference, but for those that don't, it might be interesting to take a look. So here we go. These are some blood python eggs. They actually were decent sized ones. It's from a female that was her first clutch. She's a albino matrix, a teen egg albino matrix, and the sire was an albino ivory, so the dad was an albino ivory. Anyway, so here are the good eggs, and this right here, let's scroll over here. This right here was an infertile egg. So you could tell, I mean, this is about 20 hours old. But anyway, you could tell the shape is off, the color's off. You can't feel it obviously, but the texture's off. I could feel it in person, obviously. So there is a significant difference in appearance and texture and feel. I mean, sometimes, you know, they'll even smell different. I mean, obviously after a while they're gonna smell way different because they're gonna go bad and start to rot. So anyway, that's blood python eggs. So now we have some water monitor eggs. And this one, for me at least, it was pretty tricky. Maybe other people are, you know, better than I am, but for me, it was a little bit tough because sometimes I'll have slug eggs and I would think they were good, and they definitely were not. So I don't want to pull this all the way out, but just so you have a good look. This is a black dragon, which is a type of water monitor. It's a melanistic water monitor. And it bred to a female het black dragon. So this egg right here, I'm gonna put it next to the one that's a slug. So here you have one that's a slug. So let me try to get some of the substrate out from around it so you can take a better look. Hopefully you could tell on the video, but this egg right here, right away, you could tell from the texture, this one's nice and firm and nice and plump. This egg right here, it's very soft. You could easily push it in, you could dent it in. This egg has like an elongated look to it. And this egg right here is actually, it's ovoid. It looks the way you'd expect an egg to look, but it's way more rounded, so to speak. This one right here, definitely more elongated. Texture is completely different. It just looks different. The thing that's confusing sometimes is that it's not as obvious as snakes, at least not for me it wasn't. Because again, blood python, good eggs, blood python, bad egg, that's about 20 hours old. Here's another one. Then you look at the monitor lizards. This right here isn't a good egg. I mean, I always incubate them because, you know, you never know, but I've never had good luck with eggs with texture like these here, ever. But then I have great luck with ones that are larger, rounder, have better color, have better texture, more firm. So I usually incubate both, but what I'll do is I'll set up a separate box for the ones that I'm, you know, fairly certain are not fertile. And pretty much every single time, the ones that I think aren't fertile are not. So then see the elongated look that we're talking about again. And you can even tell some of them are starting to discolor even more. When they first came out, they were all nice and white. Then as time goes on, they're starting to go bad. And then I bet when I look at this box of ones that I thought were infertile, if I look at it in a few weeks, they're all gonna be all moldy and gross, and I'm gonna discard some. But I usually only discard them once they're basically disgusting, to be quite honest with you. So there you go. It's another infertile one. So we have at least 3 infertiles there. And I know the color looks good on this one, but like I said again, shape, texture, color, the way it feels, how it's all deflated. These are all gonna not wind up hatching out. So there's about 6 or 7 bad ones. And then we did get a few good ones. So, I don't know, hopefully that shows the difference somewhat at least, so people have a better idea.